while ago I said I'd make a video making fun of critics, and that time is here. What the fuck? I've always thought that any job that I could do with insane relative ease is not a safe job to have. Like, I go to the grocery store because farming is fucking hard and I'm not going to try to do it. But what I can do is go to my local movie theater, sit my ass down in one of their seats and watch one of them fancy movies, and then tweet my thoughts about it, and boom, I'm a critic. Hell, I might be able to pirate the new movie, which means I wouldn't have to spend money or leave my house. But you know, pirating, that's a crime. And as we all know, crimes are wrong when a cop is watching you. The rest of the time though, hey, I'm not gonna snitch unless it's something truly appalling. Critics have started to care about how artsy a film is, and you know, artsy films are great sometimes, but you know, a lot of the time I want to sit myself down, not apply myself, and just see some shapes, colors, and explosions. Damn it. Is that such a bad thing? Like, should a film be docked points if that's all it is? No! Because if a film was just shapes, colors, and explosions and still watchable, that's pretty impressive. Because a movie's artsy doesn't necessarily mean it's good. I briefly talked about this in the Netflix video, but for something so stupid and so bad, I have to talk about it again. Critics gave Cuties, a movie that's arguably CP, an 86 on Rotten Tomatoes. I really think anyone that looked at that movie and said, oh yeah, this is fine, really should have their hard drive taken by the FBI. Man of Steel got a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics. What the fuck? How the fuck? Why the fuck? I think I've made my point. Why is it most of the time when critics say a movie is good, you go see the movie and you sit through it? It's not a good movie, it's a sit-through movie. And you know why you're sitting through that piece of shit movie? Because some person that you've never met before said it's good. Anytime the critics like something, the audience hates it. Anytime the audience likes something, the critics hate it. And it seems like a colossal waste of time to have this body of people that disagrees with the general audience a whole lot. Why is one critic scoring out of 10, another out of 5, and another out of 4? Is that a letter grade? You know what? Fuck you all. This is very difficult to follow. Why can't you all grade out of 10? It would be so much easier to understand. But no. You know, I'm a simple man. I think, you know, either all of you critics grade out of 10 or don't use the scoring system. Just write how the movie made you feel. Film critics aren't the only critics. For some reason, there are critics for everything. Yay! Who would let this happen? Who would let... Why? Why? TV critics gave Supergirl an 88%, which... No. So there goes their credibility, but you know what? It's not enough. They rated Supergirl above the following shows: Lost, Pennyworth, Ozarks, Black Mirror, just to name a few. You know, before I researched this video, I thought that TV critics were more reasonable than film critics, but Supergirl above Lost? What the fuck? Sure, some people hate the ending of Lost, but Lost changed TV forever. And you're putting Supergirl above Lost. What the fuck? Hey, you might be thinking, it's a different batch of critics, and you would be kind of right, but no. Critics now should be looking at older shows that are widely considered to be good to help assign ratings. So to make sure utter garbage does not get above shows that are incredible. But they're not doing that. Also, that shit was not scripted. Ad-libbed. That didn't ruin your trust in TV critics. They gave A Little Late with Lily Singh, a show hailed as the worst late-night show ever, and when you consider James Corden, that shit's impressive, an 82%, which is 1% higher than The Office. That was quite the thrashing, and you might be thinking, oh, what? Are TV critics Reed's least favorite critic? No. The worst critic that there is are video game critics. Video game critics tend to be more honest in their reviews, but I still do not trust them at all. You might be thinking, why doesn't Reed trust them at all? Well, I'm gonna have to summon a game that came out a while ago. The Last of Us Part 2, a game that showed us the gaming industry does not care about the consumer at all. Critics gave The Last of Us Part 2 a 10 out of 10 on IGN, and on Metacritic a 93%. And which I have to explain why this score sucked. Spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2. The game opens with the death of Joel, the main character of the first Last of Us. And then you spend about 12 hours playing as Ellie to go kill Abby, the person that killed Joel. Then, when you get into that 12-hour point, Ellie gets in a fight with Abby, ending with a cliffhanger. Ooh. Then you play as Abby, the character that killed Joel from the first game, for 10 hours with the goal of, I don't fucking remember. You eventually get back to that fight with Ellie. If you mess up once, Abby dies, and it's like they haven't really developed Abby enough to make you want to win, if that makes sense. Because Ellie, you know her from other games, so you're automatically going to take her side in the fight. No one wins this fight, and then they fight way later in the game, also ending in a draw. Does that sound like fun to you? Sounds like fun to me. You know what? Fuck it. Give them every game award.
Editor Reed here. We're going to take a quick pause. That last joke that I said was not a joke. The Game Awards gave Last of Us Part 2 every award that they could. Now that's cleared up, back to the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, goodbye.
The lesson is inherently flawed, too. The lesson itself is fine. The lesson is, violence is not the answer. There's always another solution. But do they make their game mechanics match that lesson? No. They don't reward you for picking non-violence. And in fact, it's more difficult to be non-violent, so you're just gonna shoot your way through everyone in your path. But hey, maybe this example doesn't do it for you, because maybe you like The Last of Us Part 2. Now, you'd be wrong, but you are entitled to your opinions, no matter how wrong they are. When Cyberpunk came out, it did not work on consoles, and it ran on PC for 8 seconds before crashing. That game got a 9 out of 10 on IGN, and an 86 on Metacritic. A game that, most of the time, did not work, and when it did work, important quest shit would fall through the map. Critics may have been giving CD Projekt Red the benefit of the doubt, but it was a broken product. The consumers got fucked over here. We need to stop with this whole, oh, there's gonna be some glitches on launch that break the game. No. That needs to stop. It needs to stop being accepted as okay. And we need to start greatly criticizing companies for releasing games that are broken. And, maybe the government should be stepping in to fine companies when they release a product that doesn't work, or as I like to call it, false advertising. The fact that game critics just didn't really say much about how Cyberpunk was broken is bullshit. Video game critics are the worst critic of all. Take film critics, for example. If they tell me to go watch a movie that's bad, all I lose there is 2 hours of my time and $15 if I don't pirate the movie. Same thing with TV show. It's pretty inexpensive, but for video games, with a bad game, it's going to take you at least 4 hours to realize that the game sucks and you don't want to play it anymore. And you've already spent $60 on it, too. And that's why they're the worst one. But to be fair to them, they all kind of suck, and our society would thrive without them. Hey, the video's over now. If you could, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.